What's going on, gang? Shout out everybody in the chat. Go ahead and drop them snakes. Let me bring this chat up real quick. Y'all already know what it is, Mr. One Shot, One Take. How's everybody doing today? Now I got some tea for y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to sit back, get comfortable, relax. It's been a long time since we covered this topic right here, the Kenneka Jenkins topic. And you know I've been on it since day one. So let's get it, y'all. Now, where we gonna start at is with Jedidiah. I've never seen this footage before in my life, and it looked like he just posted it about 6 months ago, I believe. And I think what he said in this footage, especially to the people that have been on this case since day one, it's gonna put a lot of pieces to the puzzle together. And y'all know they don't call me In the Slime We Trust for nothing. I got receipts and stuff to back it up. But to make the long story short, you know, Jedidiah is on Facebook talking about how Mama T was talking about during about the second, third protest, how we gotta shut this whole thing down. They don't want me to do this no more. They want me to shut this down. And Jedidiah explains, y'all gotta hear him in this clip, who's they? What are you talking about? And he didn't understand it until a little after. And then I also got proof to back that up because we got tons of tweets from Mama T abruptly just canceling the protest for no reason. All right, it's canceled. Everybody go home. I've got articles saved up here for y'all. Tereasa Martin called off protest just right out the blue. Kenneka Jenkins' mom, Tereasa, says she was lied, controlled, and silenced in daughter's case. So now she says this after she got paid. She called off the protest. Think about it, y'all. But first, let's listen to what Jedidiah got to say about the whole thing and what she specifically told him out her mouth. How they were going to be upset and all this crazy stuff. Y'all ready for this, chat?
Hi.
Here we go, y'all.
Began to walk. Tereasa said out of her mouth to me, because I will never forget her words, peoples.
Out her mouth to me. Now, at first, I could have thought maybe he was exaggerating, maybe it wasn't true, but it's hard to believe that when she abruptly canceled the thing. And hold on, we ain't even get into the details yet.
I gonna get hurt. I know what happened with my baby. And if I let you do this, they gonna be mad at me. And I looked at her and I said, you know what happened to your baby? Why didn't you tell me? I said, Tereasa, stay back, fall back. And she had people who were standing with her, and I went up to that line, and that video clip that I just showed you is the moment I started cussing out the police. But my mind was still trying to process what the woman just said. So I'm cussing them out, but I wasn't going to now try to fight the line because she said turn around. But I'm like, this is what we needed. This the moment. And they cannot do nothing to us because this is under the Constitution. We can walk down here and we got the manpower. I went back to Tereasa Martin, going down memory lane. And I said to her, I said, Tereasa, who is the they gonna be mad at you? And why do you care? We want them mad. And she looked at me. And it was a look in her face like, I gotta figure this out. I gotta stop you. And I looked at her. And I was like, it's okay, don't be afraid. And she was like, we just need to go back. We just need to go back. I want peace. I want peace. And she began to say, but God, but God, but God. I just want peace. I just want peace. Wow. I said, Tereasa, who are they?
Ain't that crazy how she does like just started saying but God about everything? He don't come across like he's BSing to me at all.
Why do you care? And we may never get this moment again. We are about to crack this city's wall. That's what I said. She said, we just need to go back.
Look at what the comments say. I remember that. He went hard for that baby girl. He is the one that I followed up with regularly about the case. Wow, almighty dollar.
I would have known what I know now. I would have walked Tereasa Martin Nash to that line of cops. I would have stood next to her, and I would have told everybody in the public, Tereasa Martin is looking for a way out. She has already made her deal. Now, that's what I would have did if I would have known, but I didn't know. So we went back, we finished protesting, we escorted her to her car. Not too much later, she would be online calling off the protest. We began to walk. Tereasa said out of her mouth to me, because I will never forget her words, peoples are gonna get hurt. I know what happened with my baby. And if I let you do this, they gonna be mad at me. And I looked at her and I said, you know what happened to your baby?
What y'all think about that, chat? Like I said to those who've been on this case since day one, if you put the pieces together, she did act a little funky around that time. Like, why call off the protest that, you know, they didn't even bother to call the police the first 24 hours. They didn't bother to check the cameras. They let people leave the country. I don't even want to get into half the bullshit. They edit it with everything. And then not on top of that, I've been on this case since day one. I remember when she went and threw a party 3 weeks later. I know her birthday, I believe, is in December 22. I just found that out earlier, so I don't know if it was her birthday probably 3 months later. I wouldn't doubt it. But why the hell would you go back to the same hotel you're suing? You know how bad that makes you look when you're suing an establishment? And I said that in a previous video. But you know, now it's starting to make sense. So now I say this to say all that. Hold on, he's gonna get even more deeper. He makes a little tweet about Tereasa and everything she was up to. But you see the blogs, they're talking about Tereasa Martin called off the protest. Nobody but Tereasa Martin called it off. The people were ready. Everybody was ready. So we're going to go to Jedidiah's tweet right here. November 2025. It looks like Tereasa Martin says, look like he's bashing a grieving mother. Shake my head. Please, sir, forgive me. This is indirectly telling me you gonna unalive me or have me unalive. CP and them together. Then somebody said, Tereasa Martin, he tried to help get the truth out, and you told him no. If the fight is for Kenneka, why deny it? Makes sense. But let's read this right here, guys, all right? Come on, brother. There we go. Okay. Weird at lady. You are still testing my resolve. Like I am supposed to fold because you tossed out that weak fake apology. Miss me with that. Now this is Jedidiah, by the way. You know damn well I am not threatening you or talking about harming anybody, and you hide behind that lie because you have nothing else left. Let us go back. I came to you and told you straight up there was no evidence that her friend set her up. And you looked me in my face and you said you knew that already. Let me repeat, you knew it. Yet you still sat there and let the public chew on that story like it was the truth. You let that narrative grow because it benefited you. You, while hugging and talking to them with sweet words in private, diabolically. So saying you blaming her friends, but you still having conversations with the friends. Since you knew look at this. This is when it gets a little deep, guys. Look what he says. And this is what I mean about the day one stuff. Look, since you knew the organ harvesting talk was circulating heavy back then, let me ask you directly before we get into receipts. Did you actually honor her wishes about donating them? What? What's that mean? Does that mean that she was, involved in a organ harvesting like company where if something tends to happen to your child, you donate the body? That's what I'm getting kind of from it. But let's keep reading. Just like that place that I looked up a couple years back. If you know, you know. Come on, you piece of crap. All right. So he said, okay, and you said, let me repeat, you let that narrative grow. Since you knew the organ harvesting talk was circulating heavy back then, let me ask you directly before we go to receipts. Did you actually honor her wishes about donating them? Or did you allow that in your deal to reinforce the lies to keep people captivated? One minute you said she had no organs. Listen to this, y'all. And then said she did. Shaggy? This whole thing I told y'all could be deeper than we think. So, Donnie, or did you, in your deal, one minute you said she had no organs, and then you said she had them? Why would you lie about that? Tell the people the conclusion of your autopsy and your decisions after. It kind of sound like he getting to like she donated, you know, the insides. But anyways, I used to think maybe you were off your meds. Think we all did at one time. Or confused, letting the world debate the innocence of her friends when you already knew the truth. I wanted to say something but didn't because I was lost on what was happening. But now I see clearly. 8 years later, it was never confusion, it was convenience. Now, one thing I want to say about Jedidiah is that he hasn't spelled one word wrong. His punctuation is correct to the T, which don't really mean too much. But compared to Tereasa, who's but God every sentence, you can't comprehend nothing she says. So what's he saying over here? Because I was lost on what was happening, but now I see clearly. 8 years later, you abandoned justice and your agenda became attention, status, and money. That is who you are, and no matter what mask you try to wear, you will always be trash. As rags to me. In the spirit world, Kenneka sees it too. She sees her real betrayer was the woman who could not even squeeze out a single tear. Oh shit. while talking about her fresh transition. What y'all think about that, chat? Is he making a point? Not a single tear. That's pretty deep to say. Everybody grieves different. So he says, she sees the who could not even squeeze out a single tear while talking about her fresh transition. You did not run out of tears. You barely have a soul to produce any. Demon, I am giving you no more chances. Keep playing and I'ma keep sharing that footage. Gonna be a true MFer and you know it. Stop playing in my damn face. I promise I'm about to pull every piece of footage, every detail, every moment, and drop it right into the hands of the Facebook detectives. Me. And when they start tearing it apart, you will get to twist the story or paint yourself as anything other than you have shown yourself to be. You will have to face it. Snake. But God, F peace when you've orchestrated war with the best damn fighter you had on your squad. Let's see what some of these comments say. Look, man, me and my cousin Mita Williams was up day and day, night with this case. This case had us trying to do our own investigation. We talked about it for months. Hell yeah, we all want answers. I think damn near all of us did. Because the story was so just, unbearable. I hate that y'all letting the demonic activity keep y'all to yielding drama. What's this? Phone records show it was a call made from the basement around the time of her disappearance. Clearly someone else was in that basement with her. Oh shit. I inboxed Jedidiah years ago about this. Oh. The news showed the real video when it first aired. God saw those kids back there. Oh, was it the blue kid in the hoodie or something? Did they check like the cell tower, see if any calls or something was made down there? That would be a smart thing to do if there was any phones or anything down there, if they really cared. It was way too much going on in that basement. I remember the uncle was in there. Come on, that was a whole nother freaking 2 days. And next thing you know, he was unalived. That was true. My question is, what did the Uncle J Money see in that basement for that to happen? You know what I'm saying? The man went in the basement. He checked the work schedule. He checked the corner of the fridge, which none of us got to see until this day. That freaking open door that's right near the fridge. What's in there? Is that an exit door to outside? Is it a chop shop? Like, what the fuck's in that room? Seriously. But yeah, that was crazy. The uncle was taken out right after that. And it sounded like he knew some shit. If y'all see my other videos, go check that in with J Money. So get off this one. What else we got? So it's another article. It's just people, the blog saying Chicago activist calls out Kenneka Jenkins' mom, Tereasa Martin, claiming she is lying and was selling out. So this is pretty much going with like Jedidiah's story of her saying they want me to stop in the beginning and they don't want us doing this. Not to mention Jedidiah had raised some money, I believe, from the internet for the Freedom Fund. So all the people that got locked up during the like protests got to get bailed out. There was sandwiches, there was food. So all that money just had to like go nowhere. It was kind of crazy. But Jedidiah is saying, I'm drinking, I'll admit, but I can't believe this effing lady intentionally would reinforce lies she knows aren't true when that wasn't a condition of her selling out her own seed. I protected this witch all these years, even when I found out what she actually was doing. No more, Tereasa, I'm about to tell on you. You gave up justice for temporary pleasure. You're a effing demon. And I tried to just let God handle it, but I'ma ask him to. This guy sounds pretty pissed off. And this is another little article. Kenneka Jenkins' mom, Tereasa, says she was lied and controlled. So she's actually saying this out her own mouth. I was lied and controlled in my daughter's case and silenced. It's not a good thing to say after Jedidiah just threw you under the bus. So it says Tereasa Martin dropped a whole confession style post, which I all showed you guys on her Facebook, and it low key sounds like she's admitting she chose silence and more than 6.4 million over justice for her own daughter. Martin reportedly took over 3 million herself. Now this is very sad, chat, when the blogs are saying this, making these assumptions. And prior to this, that's when Jedidiah made the video saying you sold out your seed, allegedly. She said she still doesn't know what happened, where her child's clothes, shoes, phone, hair, nothing is. Now unless I fell and bumped my head or something, I was under the impression that the mother had the phone and the cops had to go through the mother to get the phone. I don't know if they trying to fool the new people on this case, but they ain't gonna fool the people that's been on this case since day one. Am I right or am I wrong, chat? Did her friends Monifa or Maya not end up with her phone and her keys, coincidentally the keys to drive the car, and then her phone so they can't reach her, and which got back to the mother? So the police never got the phone and the keys till 2 days later, which who knows what the mother could have did with that phone. I'm not saying she did anything, but that's why the cops are supposed to get it ASAP. You know what I'm saying? You could delete stuff. I'm sure they could recover and shit if they really wanted. But I'm under the impression that she had the phone. But maybe it's a typo. Who knows? Shoes, phone, hair, nothing. Now that sounds about right. Maybe the shoes she had on her, even though one was missing, her wig. So they probably just took her whole body, never gave the stuff back yet. But the phone the girls brought home and the keys the girls brought home. That's why there's no keys there. Too many holes in this case. Too many. Y'all don't want me to get started. So now we got another little article right here I pulled up as some proof. Hold on. How's everybody doing today? How's everyone living? So the mother of Kenneka Jenkins, whose body was found in the freezer, Rosemount Hotel, says the frequent protests outside the hotel are over. What's going on, my boy? What's up, good manners? Yup, I'm just showing y'all. They don't call me in the slime we trust for nothing. Here's another article that how she abruptly just canceled the protest. Just like Jemiah said. She didn't say, okay, in 5 days we're gonna cancel it. Next week, we're gonna split the money we got first. No, it's off. You know, same day, same night, it's off. Like she got an order, you know what I mean, from somebody that's powerful. Shut this shit down or you ain't getting nothing. And sign this NDA. It's just allegedly. You know she had to sign an NDA before she got any money from that hotel, which is called a non-disclosure act. And I never seen any lawsuit where you have to sign an NDA when it's not it's their fault what happened to your child. That's why you're getting paid. And now you're telling me I can't talk about my child? Fungu. So he's saying, you know what? This protest is over. Sound like the guy across the hall screaming like a madman. Martin thanked all the people who came out to support justice for her 19-year-old daughter, but she blasted unarmed organizers. So they're saying these organizers were all unarmed for taking financial advantages of the situation. I don't know how any of them got any money or anything like that. Martin said she became aware only recently that some organizers were collecting money from people as part of the protest. So I'm ending y'all agendas. That's not righteous towards my child, Martin said in the video. What about this, Tereasa? You make a video like you just did, but show your face and say if any protesters or anybody ask for money, unless it's what money sign Kenneka's mom, is that your cash app? Do not send shit. That's all you have to say. Am I right or wrong, chat? Instead, you done cancel the whole damn planned event. Now the food gotta go bad, the money gotta go to waste, and you can't even protest. Like, them folks was about to get it good. That's why they didn't want that to happen. Crown Plaza, they ain't never seen a protest in their life. And a lot of effed up shit going on down there. That's all I'm gonna say. But I find it crazy, y'all. You need to go back and listen how your man Jedidiah was talking. Look, he didn't want to say too much, but he put that organ stuff in there. And if y'all watch my old videos, y'all already know what's up. But anyways, gang, I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna take a ride to the store. What do I need to get again? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get one of them strap-on bags that go over my fucking chest. The money don't fit in the pocket no more. So I'm gonna go check that out. We just got this new mic the other day. New mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. If y'all want to show any support, hit that like button for me. Subscribe. Alerts is on. We got the counter right there. Wow. We on the road to 50K. I love y'all all. Y'all already know what it is. The slime movement. We back. And the slime we trust. Look at my ferret right there trying to jump in my pillow. Oh, sneaky. Oh, sneaky bastard. You see him in my pillowcase right there? Hey! She's gonna smack it. Alright, gang, I'm out. Be safe, everybody.